Ethiopia today.
Ethiopian government announces ceasefire. The statement of Ethiopian government said the Ethiopian government is taking various steps to facilitate the delivery of humanitarian assistance to people in need in the Tigray region. As a result, the United Nations has increased the number of humanitarian flights and streamlined its supply of fuel and cash to aid agencies. In addition, the International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC, the World Health Organization, WHO, and the European Union, EU, have facilitated the delivery of humanitarian aid. However, it is being observed that thousands of residents of the Tigray region are currently traveling to neighboring regions in search of humanitarian assistance. As a result, the good deeds of the people living in the neighboring states of Tigray by receiving humanitarian aid from the Tigray region are a reflection of the spirit of brotherhood and unity among the people. The government strongly believes that if these people are left to fend for themselves, their abuse will be reduced. Therefore, the government recognizes that its responsibility to address the plight of its most vulnerable citizens is paramount and is committed to making every effort to ensure that adequate humanitarian assistance reaches the Tigray region. Accordingly, the government has decided to put an end to the humanitarian crisis, which will take effect from the moment of its decision, in order to save the lives of those in dire straits and reduce the risk of violence. In this regard, the government calls for a significant increase in the support and assistance provided by the international donor community. It reaffirms its commitment to work with stakeholders to ensure that humanitarian assistance is delivered to those in need. The government believes that the success of this effort and commitment in improving the humanitarian situation will be matched by the commitment of the other party. The government's decision aims to provide emergency humanitarian assistance to people in need. Therefore, in order for the ceasefire decision to have the desired effect, the government calls on the rebels in the Tigray region to refrain from any aggression and to withdraw from the occupied territories. The Ethiopian government hopes that this decision to end the humanitarian conflict will significantly improve the situation in northern Ethiopia and provide a lasting solution to the conflict without further bloodshed. On the other hand, the United States strongly supports the Ethiopian government's decision to end the conflict on the basis of humanitarian assistance in Tigray. The United States government welcomes the cessation of hostilities in the Tigray region to facilitate the provision of humanitarian assistance to those in need. The government has announced that it has decided to end the conflict for the sake of humanitarian assistance to the people of Tigray state. In a statement issued tonight, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said the government's decision is an important step for the Tigray region and other parts of Ethiopia. He said it is also the basis for a political solution to ensure the safety and prosperity of all Ethiopians. The United States calls on all parties to use this decision to negotiate a lasting ceasefire, he said. He reaffirmed that the United States will continue to support the Ethiopian people and their efforts to achieve lasting peace. On the other hand, the TPLF has stated that it will agree to end the conflict if humanitarian aid reaches Tigray. The TPLF, which has been in conflict with the federal government for the past 16 months, says it will agree to end the conflict if humanitarian aid reaches Tigray. The TPLF said this on Thursday afternoon after the federal government announced its decision to end the conflict in order to facilitate the delivery of humanitarian assistance in the Tigray region. The federal government said the decision was significant and hopefully a further solution to the conflict without further bloodshed. He called on the government to relinquish control of the Tigray region to all insurgents and withdraw from the occupied territories. Following this, the TPLF stated that it would accept the call if humanitarian aid reached Tigray in sufficient and acceptable time. The government of Tigray is committed to ending the conflict, he said. The statement was shared by TPLF spokesman Getachew Reda and obtained from the Tigray Foreign Ministry. The government and people of Tigray will do their utmost to give peace a chance, he said. The federal government has been working with international aid agencies in the past to provide humanitarian assistance to the people of the region, the statement said. However, he said the supply could not solve the problem in the region, adding that thousands of people from the Tigray region were flocking to neighboring states in search of humanitarian assistance. The United Kingdom and the United States have responded positively to the Ethiopian government's announcement of a ceasefire in the Tigray region for humanitarian reasons. The United Kingdom appreciates the Ethiopian government's response to the conflict and is ready to provide the necessary humanitarian assistance. In a statement issued by the State Department, the United States praised the government's decision to work with aid agencies to end the conflict immediately and to provide humanitarian assistance. He said the decision was an important step towards providing immediate support to Ethiopians in need, adding that it would be the basis for launching an all-inclusive political process for the country's security and prosperity. He called on all parties to stop all attacks on civilians and to hold them accountable for their actions. Following the decision to end the conflict, he urged the parties to reach a lasting negotiated ceasefire, including the necessary security arrangements. The decision came after U.S. Ambassador to the Horn of Africa David Satterfield visited Addis Ababa for 2 days and held talks with senior government officials. After his stay in Ethiopia, the ambassador told Reuters that the main focus of President Joe Biden's administration was on providing humanitarian assistance in the war-torn region of Tigray and elsewhere. The foreign minister told the special envoy that although the Ethiopian government is committed to delivering humanitarian aid to Tigray, it is facing difficulties due to the presence of TPLF militants. The World Food Programme, WFP, has received permission from the federal government and regional authorities to provide food aid to Tigray state in December. Extreme levels of human and material damage were reported in Tigray in late October 2021, when fighting broke out in Tigray and spread to the Amhara and Afar regions, displacing millions. According to the United Nations, about 10 million people in northern Ethiopia are in need of humanitarian assistance, more than half of them in the Tigray region. Aid agencies have warned that hundreds of thousands of lives could be in danger if aid is not provided immediately. The TPLF accuses the Ethiopian government of blocking aid from entering the Tigray region, and accuses the government of disrupting aid by disrupting aid lines. This is Ethiopia Today.
Ethiopia Today.